Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahigana Lagunathan Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahigana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataribhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा okay Hare Krishna so we're continuing sixth chapter today I'm thinking of doing it a bit differently let's do the verses first and if we get chance we'll do the revision because today I want to ideally finish the chapter and the plan is next two classes we'll do the revision of all the six chapters in one class we'll do 1 to 3 and the last class we'll do 4 to 6 revision so revision will automatically happen so let's start from our verses. So this is where we left 632 last week. And if we look in the MIHE guide, so we've done three sections. So first section was Yoga Ruruksha to Yoga Ruda. Anyone remembers Yoga Ruruksha mean in simple terms? Neophyte. So neophyte yogi and yoga arudha refers to advanced yogi. So Krishna talked about these two terms and how to advance from neophyte state to advanced state. Then he says stages in yoga practice and samadhi. So here is explaining all those stages. If you remember the Ashtanga yoga diagram, which we have shared earlier, by practicing yoga with determination, controlling the mind, fixing the mind on super soul, one attains the stage of perfection called samadhi. This was the second section. Then we discussed about realization of Krishna as super soul. So there were a couple of verses which we discussed last week. Now today we're entering into what are the questions of Arjuna after Krishna's explanation of these three sections. So Arjuna will ask questions in two sets. So we'll discuss the first set in this fourth section, and the fifth section will have another set of questions. So let's see what Arjun has doubts in his mind. So 633. Who wants to read? Nandri Mata, you want to do?
Okay. Arjuna uvacha yoyam yogastva tvaya prokta samyena madhusudana etas yaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sthitam sthiram. Translation. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady.
Thank you, Mataji. So Arjun, after hearing lot of Ashtanga yoga practice verses from Krishna, he has these questions. Arjuna Vacha, Yo Ayam. So Ayam means this one which you have just explained. Yo Ayam. Yogas. So the yoga practices which you have just explained. Toya. Toya means you. Prokta means spoken. So the yoga practices which you have just spoken to me, Samyen, which is based on Samanata, equality. So if you go back here, in verse 32, which is just one before, it says Samam Pashyati Arjun. So Krishna was saying you have to have equal vision towards everyone. So equal vision towards everyone, practically we can see here. you should have equal vision towards, say, Yudhishthira and Duryodhan. Arjuna is saying, sorry, can't do that. Huh? So the Samantak of Desh, what you have just given, the vision of equality, Samya and Madhusudana. Hey Madhusudan, what you have just explained to me, the vision of Samyana. Etasyaham na pashyami. So na pashyami means I do not see. Aham means me. I do not see that. Why? I do not see practicality in that. I cannot see Duryodhan and Yudhishthir being on the same platform. I don't see it. Chanchal tvat sthitam sthiram. Why I do not see that? Because my mind is chanchal. My mind is not in control. So your yoga practices, you can say throughout the whole discussion so far, is based on one thing: mind control. If your mind is controlled, then it's called the friend. If his mind is uncontrolled, it's called enemy. So Arjun is saying, my mind is not controlled. It is chanchal. Chanchal means unstable, unsteady. It stays in one place and goes another place. So Arjun is actually asking a very practical question. Many times we hear many statements. We agree to it intellectually, but practicing those statements becomes very, very difficult. We also see in Srimad Bhagavatam when Dhruva left home, he met with Narad Muni. And Narad Muni said, for children, what is honor, what is dishonor? You know, sometimes children fight with each other, they say some words to each other, and after 2 hours, they'll be playing with each other. So for children, there is no honor or dishonor. Even if you're adult, spiritualist, even for a spiritualist, honor and dishonor should be considered as same. Tatha mana apamana yoho. So what is man, what is apman? So even if you're a child, even if you're advanced spiritualist, from both perspectives, you should tolerate. Go back home and play. Forget all this. The dishonor from your stepmother. So Dhruva said, Narad Muni, the Upadesh, the instruction you are giving is fantastic. So first he accepts the Upadesh. And he said, your Upadesh is fantastic, but then he put some reservation. But I am a Kshatriya. These instructions I cannot follow. They are good for Brahmins, not for Kshatriya. I have a blood of a Kshatriya. So I feel dishonor. I have felt dishonored. Now I have to do something about it. So Narad Muni was testing them, obviously. So here Arjuna as well, he's saying, Madhusudan, Krishna, whatever you have explained, I accept it, but I cannot practically do it. So this is how you can ask questions to your superior. So asking questions to superior is not prohibited. As we read in 434. Anyone remembers 434? The three qualities of a sadhaka while approaching a spiritual master. Pranipat, pariprashne,
तद्विधि
sevya.
तद्विधि परिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So pranipat is very, very important. Submissiveness is very, very important. But it does not mean you cannot ask question to your spiritual master, say, I agree what you are saying, but I don't know myself how I'm going to do it. So similarly, Arjun is being submissive to Krishna. He is respecting Krishna. He is respecting his teacher. At the same time, he has some reservation. Reservation means I'm not sure how can I practically do it. So it's a very valid question. Vedic culture does not stop us asking questions. It encourages actually questions. If you see in any Puranas, there's a conversation going on. The audience is asking questions. Say Suta Goswami and Shaunak Rishi. So Shaunak Rishi, which is representing all the 88,000 rishis in Naimisharanya, they're asking questions. Suta Goswami is responding. Parikshit is asking question, and Shukdev Goswami is responding. Arjun is asking question. Krishna is responding. So asking questions are very, very valid things, but asking question in a submissive way. So Arjun is being submissive here. At the same time, he's saying, Etasyaham na pashyami. I don't see that very practical. So he's not saying what you said is incorrect. He's saying, I don't see it practical. So basically, I'm asking you, how do I practically apply it? I have some practical difficulty. So this is a science of asking question which Arjun is representing. Chanchal tvat istham isthiram. So let's see what other reservations he has. So he's saying mine is chanchal, so I don't see it practical. 634, this very, very famous verse. Everyone should know this verse. Who wants to do? Sarv Jiveshwari Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manne vayor eva duskaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind.
Thank you, Mataji. So now Arjun is telling this verse to Krishna, expanding his doubts regarding mind. He said mind has four qualities. What are the four qualities of mind? Chanchal. Everyone knows what chanchal? It's a Hindi word. Chanchal means unsteady. Anyone can give an example of a chanchal? Who is very chanchal, except mind?
Kids.
Kids, thank you. So the mother said,
Krishna,
no.
Krishna,
Krishna is chanchal. Yeah, he is chanchal. But yeah, if you
The
don't take
goddess of
Krishna,
fortune.
goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi is very chanchal. But we see the kids are very chanchal. They're all chanchal. Krishna is also chanchal. In our practical life, we see young kids are very, very chanchal. If you're taking prasadam, take nicely. Don't be shy. Taking prasadam is absolutely okay. Just relax. Just hear Krishna Katha. So take nicely. There's no shyness or anything like that. So mind is very, very chanchal like kids. If you tell kids to sit and keep quiet, how long they keep quiet for? 2 seconds. Within 30 seconds, you just turn around. Even while you're looking, they start giggling. His mother is also start giggling. They're very, very chanchal. They just cannot sit idle. This is the nature of kid, and that this makes kids very innocent and very sweet, isn't it? And if you look the similar qualities in an adult, you're like, "Arey, pagal ho gaya hai kya? Is he mad?" But if a kid does it, he looks very sweet. Huh? And you say, "Ni bola tha, chup ho jao." No, you'll not sit idle. So, chanchalam hi mana Krishna. So, first quality of the mind is very, very chanchal, very unsteady, very flickering. They cannot sit at one place. So, mind cannot focus at one place. Mind will be here in 1 second, another second will be India, another second will be in Switzerland. Huh? It just keeps moving from one place to another place. But the quality here of chanchal also represents the innocence. The children mostly are innocent. Mostly. They do not plan like adults and trying to harm something. They are innocent. So first quality of mind is chanchal. Chanchalam himana Krishna. Second quality is pramathi. So pramathi comes from the word mada. So mad refers to madness. Mad means pagal in Hindi if you want to call it. Or pramad refers to prakarshen mattaha. Nunam vikarme, kurtah vikarma. So mind is completely mad. So not only it's innocent, but it's completely mad. When we become mad, we say many things, we think many things, we try to do many things. Has anyone gone to mental asylum ever? You would have seen in movies or some in serials, right? They say many things. I'm the president of India. I'm the army head. I have to save my country. I was crossing Ganges one time, and there was one mad person sitting, and he was making statements like anything, very loud voice. I have to save my country. I have to do this. And another person, maybe his brother or friend, he was just holding him tightly. I thought he was getting kidnapped first. Then later on the route, I realized no, he's not being kidnapped. He's just not very stable person. Anyway, so mind is pramatta. Pramatta means super mad. It imagines so many things. Sometimes said mind, sometimes a worry comes, then you get into anxiety. But sometimes the anxiety does not reach to you. Before it reaches to you, you start being anxiety about that. It's like you're paying interest on the loans which you have never taken. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? We start living the world of what if. And there's no end to what if. There's no end to what can go wrong. So mind starts thinking about all the negative things many, many times. And sometimes the positive things as well. I'm the king. uh, I'm going to get a lottery. I don't have to work hard like you. Pramathi is just pagal. Complete pagal. So first is chanchal. He is very flickering. Second is pramathi. Balavad. Balavad refers to some pagal, if you go to a pagal khana mental asylum, some pagal you can control, because they're very lean and thin. Imagine a boxing wrestler becomes pagal, and then he goes to mental asylum. He will need like 10 pahalwan to hold him back, because he's balwan. Mind is also very, very balwan. In 11th canto of Bhagavatam, the Avanti Brahman, he says, mind has the power like God's power. You cannot disobey. Anyone experience that? Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samadhava. When mind says, it feels like you must obey. No one is ordering you from outside, but inside itself, your desire comes and then you just follow it. And later on, you repent, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Why did I go there? Huh? And then the mind comes, you just have to, it's very balwan. Krishna in 10th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, he says, um, out of all the senses, I'm mind. I'm mind. So Krishna says, the mind is the strongest. So mind is balwan. To control mind is not easy. And dradam, the fourth quality of the mind, or disquality, you can say dradam. So dradam generally refers to drada means determination for a good thing. Um, Satatam kirtayanto mam yatan tasya dradhavrataha. So dradhavrata refers to a vrata, a vow, which is drad, which is for a good purpose. But here dradha refers, Prabhupada translates as obstinate. Obstinate means dradha, determined, but for a wrong purpose. Huh? Sometimes you see some kids or even adults, they are very drad, but for a wrong purpose. Any Shastri example anyone remembers? A person who was very dradha for a wrong reason. Anyone? Duryodhan? Duryodhan was very drad, very determined. I will not give even the smallest piece of bhumi. He was very drad, but for a wrong purpose. His name itself is Duryodhan. Who does yuddha for a wrong purpose? He's always fighting for wrong purpose. And we always experience many Duryodhans around us. They're disagreeing with you. They're just fighting and they're saying other way for a wrong purpose. And another example which comes to my mind, very popular, Ravan. Ravan was very obstinate. Many people, even including from his own family, said, give the Sita to Lord Ram. But he said, no, I'm not going to give Sita away. So very obstinate, very drad. He completely sacrificed his whole family, but Rama did not step back. He was so dradha, so obstinate. Now, dradha for a right purpose is good, but dradha for a wrong purpose. And we see many leaders of different countries these days, they're very dradha. Very dradha. And because of one person being dradha for a wrong purpose, thousands of people are getting killed unnecessarily. So mind has these four qualities. What are the four qualities? Mind is chanchal, innocent like a kid, but pramati, but very mad. At the same time, he's very balwan. He's not a lean and thin person. He's very balwan, very strong. And he's very drad. Sometimes when he thinks, it's just very hard to stop. So these four things being in one person mind here makes that person very dangerous, very extremely dangerous. Imagine a person having these four qualities in front of you. He's chanchala, he's flickering, he's constant, he's just mad, he's balwan, he's very strong, and he is dradha. You cannot revert him back. One American comedian says, I have already made up my mind, don't confuse me with the facts. I've already made up my mind. Don't confuse me with the facts. So your question will be, my dear sir, how did you make up your mind? And these are the a tendency of a normal person. We make up our mind, and that's it. No one can change us. But excuse me, do you really know the facts? It happens in our devotee communities as well. We jump to the conclusion very quickly without knowing the facts. We make up our mind um, for a person, for certain things, and then very hard for us to change. Very hard for us to change. So these four things we have to avoid. Now, this is getting represented by mind here. So tasya aham, so Arjun says, tasya aham. So that mind, aham, nigraham. Nigraham means to stop, to control. That sort of mind. Man ne manta hu, I consider that. Vayar iva sudushkaram. Vayu means, can anyone control the wind? The strong wind is blowing you. You come in front of wind and say, wind, stop. Can you stop the wind? No, you can't. But actually, Arjun had divine weapons. He had celestial weapons. He could actually counteract the wind. He could counteract the tornadoes, he had different Varunastra, Agnyastra, Brahmastra, and all those divine celestial weapons. So he could counteract. It was very powerful. So he's saying, although stopping wind, controlling wind, extremely difficult, but I can control the wind, but I can control the mind. So Arjun is putting a very practical difficulty in front of Krishna without being disrespectful to his teacher. Very submissively, he is presenting a reservation. It says when your spiritual master tells you something which you're not able to do, so you should ask. You are allowed to ask, my dear spiritual master, the instruction which you have given me, I'm not able to follow because of X, Y, and Z. So please tell me, how can I follow? So don't deny the instruction. Just tell, I think I'm not able to follow, so please guide me. So that sort of queries, that sort of questions are very, very encouraged. You don't come back. When spiritual master was telling, he told one of his disciples to buy something from the market, and he said, come fast. He said, okay, Guru Maharaj. He went out, and Guru Maharaj was expecting him to back, say, in 1 hour. He went out, he did not come back for 6 hours. Guru Maharaj had to send another disciple to find the previous one. Where is he? I gave him the money. I wanted him to ask to buy something from the market. It's been 6 hours, he is not turned back. So another disciple found this first disciple in a room. He said, Are Guru Maharaj is asking, where are you? And he's asking, what did you do? He wanted that thing very quickly. And he said, I'm so sorry. He went to Guru Maharaj. He said, did you buy that thing? It's been 6 hours. I've been waiting for you. He said, my Guru Maharaj, I'm so sorry. I did not understand. What did you ask for? Guru Maharaj is like, if you did not understand, you should ask me. Huh? You should have asked me, why did you say yes and you went out? I've been waiting for it. I could have explained, or I could have sent another person to do that job. So don't just say yes, yes, yes. That's not the point here. If you don't understand it, ask. And then Special Master will explain. Or he may sometimes change the seva as well. Maybe you're not suitable for the seva. Spiritual Master say, okay, no problem. I'll give that seva to someone else. But at least say something. Not saying and being very submissive there is not good. So you have to say, ask. So Arjun is asking that question. So he's saying, I cannot stop my mind. Nigraha, I cannot do nigraha. I cannot control my mind. Although I'm very, very powerful, I can control the wind. Very practical question. Now 35 and 36, Krishna will respond. This is a beautiful verse, very popular verse again. Garima Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha
Krishna.
Asamshayam Mahabaho Manodur Nigraham Chalam Abhyas Asena tu Kontya Vairagyayena cha Grayate. Lord Shri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment.
Thank you, Mataji. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha, so Bhagavan Krishna is responding that Ashanshayam Mahabaho. So this first line is very, very important. If someone asks a question and you find it, suppose a stupid question, you say, Arey, what sort of question is that? You're stupid or what? Huh? So what will happen with that? The person who is asking question, he will be discouraged, isn't it? Because he will not feel like asking question again because he thinks, oh, I'm a stupid person. So Krishna is a very, very smart teacher. No matter what the question is, what Krishna is saying, you are a Mahabaho. You're a very, very strong person. So he's respecting his student. So even the student question is not correct, even if the question is not correct, you should always respect the student or the person who's asking the question. Many times you see in Srimad Bhagavatam when question is asked, the speaker before responding the question say, "Wow, kya question hai? What a great question you asked. You have asked question about Krishna. This is very nice. This is very auspicious." So always encourage the student. Always encourage the person who's asking the question. Otherwise, if he is discouraged, tomorrow what will happen? He will not ask questions. They will not understand the subject matter. Many times, many parents sometimes are very, very strict. They do not allow kids to ask questions. And what happens later sometimes, and the kids may do something funny outside because they don't have guts to ask the question to their parents. And then maybe they will ask the same question to some outsider. That's very, very bad. So similarly in Krishna consciousness, we should always respect the person no matter what the question is. See, Krishna is respecting, encouraging his student. So he's saying, Ashanshayam Maha. Shanshay means doubt. Ashanshay means doubtlessly. Whatever you have said, I accept it actually. Now he's asking about, so first he's encouraging the person who's asking the question. Second, he's encouraging the question itself. So encourage the person, then encourage. Your question is very nice. Many times you ask a question after the class, speaker will say, any questions? Say, oh, very nice question. So he always encouraging. So Krishna is also saying, Ashanshyam. He's not saying, Are, you cannot control your mind? You cannot control. No, asanshayam. What you said actually is true. So Krishna accepts the question. He encourages the person who's asking the question. In the second line, he says, "Yes, I agree what you're saying. Doubtlessly, you're right. Why? Mano durnigraham chalam. To control the mind actually is very, very difficult." Krishna says 7:14, Devi Esha Godimai, Mam Maya Duratya. Krishna says it. My Maya is Duratya. Very, very hard to overcome. Krishna saying to Arjuna, what you said is correct. So always have this attitude, no matter how much you know, another person doesn't know anything. Huh? If he is curious, he is sincere, he is submissive, always encourage the person and encourage the question. This question is very, very nice. Huh? Not like, "Arey, itna bhi nahi pata." Huh? You don't even know this simple thing. Huh? What are you doing here? No, not like that. Huh? So this respectful attitude, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is saying very, very respectfully, responding very respectfully. So Mano Durnigraham Chalam. Yes, I agree what you said is correct. Mind is chalam, is sanchala. I agree with you. But controlling the mind is possible. Huh? So sometimes you have to tell some harsh truth. So Krishna is saying, controlling mind, there is no negotiation on that. You have to control your mind. There's no negotiation on that. It is hard. I agree with you. I agree with you. Huh? But it's possible. Now Krishna tells the ways how you can control your mind. So Krishna tells two ways. Abhyasentu konteya. So first word he's using abhyas. Abhyas means practice. Vairagya chagrahiyate. Vairagya of the mind, because our mind is not vairagi. Many times our body may be vairagi. Our body may be detached. Mind is. Suppose tomorrow is a fasting day, Narsingh Chaturdashi, everyone will be fasting. But mind is very chanchal. Fast कब तोड़ेंगे, fast कब तोड़ेंगे, fast कब तोड़ेंगे, when we going to break the fast, when we going to break the fast, when we going to break the fast, huh? This chanchal mind is always there. So it's saying abhyas into konte. If you do practice, detachment will come. What does practice mean? Practice means all the positive things which we do. And what is vairagya means? What we should not do. So similarly, when we come to Krishna consciousness, we are told to chant 16 rounds, to come to temple, to bow down in front of Lord, do some seva for the Lord. And what is vairagya? What is prohibition for us? Four relative principles. So do not eat meat, don't drink alcohol, and all those things. So there are some positives which you are supposed to do, and there are some negatives you are supposed to do. On Ekadashi day, you sit close to Krishna, do more devotional service. And what are the prohibitions? Don't eat grains. Don't oversleep. Don't watch movies. Don't do those sort of things which will agitate your mind, which will take you away from Krishna. When you have diabetes, for example, or any such disease, doctors say, okay, my dear friend, you take these tablets 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening. You take one tablet and do not take sweets. Isn't it? So what is abhyas here? Who can say? What is abhyas here? Garmi Mata? And what is vairagya
Uh,
in this
Abhyas
example?
is eating the right food and leaving detachment from the sweet.
Yeah, so detachment from the sweet is called
Right.
vairagya. Don't take sweet. And what is abhyas? Take the right food or
Right.
take the medication. Take the medications. 3 times a day you should take. Now, if you do abhyas but don't do vairagya, what will happen, Garmi Mata?
No change.
No change because you're still eating sweets. So after 1 week, you'll go to doctor. My sugar is not getting controlled. Did you take the tablets? Yes, I took the tablet. But did you stop the sweets? Not sure. Only 3 sweets a day I was taking. So the disease will not go away. Why? Because your vairagya is not there. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, if you want to advance, and you are doing the abhyas, no problem. You are chanting 16 rounds, you're doing Bhagavad Bhakti Sastri and all that. But vairagya is not there. Will the process work?
No.
It will work, but it will be extremely slow, extremely slow. And slowly, what will happen? You may lose the taste of Krishna consciousness. But if you do the vairagya and do the abhyasa, follow the guidance given by spiritual master or given by your serious spiritual teachers, what will happen? The result will come very, very quickly, very, very quickly. So abhyas and vairagya simultaneously is required. Sometimes you have to speed up your car, sometimes you have to brake. So abhyas is positive activities and vairagya is stopping those negative activities. For example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Das Goswami and Sarup Damodar as well, asat sang tyag ei vaishnavachar. Asat sang tyag. We should not associate with people who are asat, who are after temporary things, temporary pleasures. If we associate with them, our Krishna consciousness plant will not grow very nicely. Asat sang tyag, Vaishnavachar. So asat sang, we have to quit. Some asat things from in our life, we have to quit. We cannot, Prabhupada said many times, spiritual life and material enjoyment goes ill together. So you're practicing spiritual life, which is nice, but you're also having all sorts of material enjoyments. They go ill together. You cannot grow very nicely. So Abhyas and Vairagya both are required simultaneously for us to grow in Krishna consciousness. But out of these two, if I have to ask you to take one, what will you choose, Ayush Prabhu? Just choose one.
Sorry, bro. Can you repeat that question?
Sorry. If out of these two, both are important. If I ask you to choose only one, what will you choose?
Between Vairagya and Abhyasena?
Yes.
Abhyasena.
Why?
Because by the process of param drishtra nivartate, by the process of devotional service, automatically one loses taste for material engagements, and they naturally perform vairagya because now they are engaged in rasovarjam rasopyasya param drishtra nivartate, that they are getting taste rasa from higher activities, spiritual activities, so they lose the taste for vishaya vinivartate, vishaya material activities.
Thank you. Very nice, Prabhuji. So many times, sometimes we see people are coming to the temple, but they're not able to follow all the regulative principles. For example, to start with, we should not condemn them. We should not blame them. No, you are still eating onion and garlic. That's all right. Prabhupada did not stop his disciples to stop the drugs and alcohol and all those things and then come to the temple. What he did initially for those people, he said, you just engage yourself in Krishna's seva. And by engaging yourself with Krishna's seva, slowly, as Aish Prabhu was explaining, Vairagya will come. So you have to do both simultaneously, but if you have to choose one over the other, choose Abhyas. And then slowly you'll get a strength. My spiritual master used to say many times, we are not able to follow. We are weak. We are weak. In many, many practices, we are weak. He's saying, but whatever you can do for Krishna positively, you do that more often, more often, more often. Even if you are able to follow one thing nicely for Krishna, 99 things are bad in your life. One thing is good. You can chant Krishna's holy name. Just do that again and again and again. And that 1% repeatedly doing for the pleasure of the Lord will give you strength slowly over the period of time to do 2% good for Krishna, then 3%, then 4%, then 5%. So don't blame or condemn those people who are not able to do these things in the beginning. Now, it doesn't mean we are recommending it, keep doing it. But the point is, many times we are all weak, we are all conditioned, we are in our journey, and everyone stands on different degrees of their realizations. So we have to be patient. So if we are a teacher, if you're dealing with some people, we have to be patient at the same time. We should not just say your vairagya is very, very weak. One time Prabhupada was his disciples in India, and it was in South India. South Indians are very good in shlokas. So the South Indian Brahmin was complaining to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, your disciples' pronunciation is not very good. And Prabhupada said, yes, their pronunciation may not be good, but their renunciation is very good. Renunciation is very good. And he said, Prabhupada, I can come and teach them how to pronounce the shlokas properly. So Prabhupada said, please come, we welcome you. So he said, but I live 1 hour away. So Prabhupada said, why don't you just stay with us? And if you stay here, you can teach them. And all you have to do, just teach them Sanskrit. So, but only one thing, he said, I still drink coffee. So Prabhupada said, while you are living, I'm not asking you to leave the coffee, but while you are in temple, you cannot drink coffee. And he said, Prabhupada, I cannot quit that. He's a South Indian. He's habitual of drinking coffee. So Prabhupada said, you cannot leave coffee. They have left their country, their family, their dress, their culture. They have left everything. They have come here. And the pronunciation is not good. It's all right. It's all right. So many times we look at a weak point of the other person, but we should look at the strong point of the other person. And this is how you're able to bring that people up. So Abhyas into Konte, both are important, but out of these two, Abhyas, especially in Krishna consciousness, will bring you the Vairagya over the period of time. Okay. 636. Preeti Mataji, if you wanted to, otherwise I can go to the next.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Asamyat Asamyat atmana yogo dusprapa iti me mati pasyatmana tu yatata sakyo vaputam upayata. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work, but he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion.
Thank you, Mataji. So asanyapta. So asanyapta, Prabhupada, right? Unbridled, uncontrolled, unsayam. Huh? So we have used this word sanyam many, many times in this chapter at least. So asanyapta atmana. So atmana refers to mind. Yoga refers to connection or yoga. So for a uncontrolled mind, yoga is dushprap. So prapi or prapti, achieving. Dushprap means not able to achieve. So if your mind, atmana, is asayam, uncontrolled, unbridled, doing yoga for that person will be very, very difficult. Iti me matihi. Mati means my opinion. Now, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has full right to say, this is how it is. But he's saying, iti me mati. He is so humble. And we become very, very strong. मैंने बोला है भाई. I'm a senior devotee. You're not listening me? Your Krishna, the Supreme Personality, was saying, Iti me matihi. Hey Arjun, my dear Arjun, this is my opinion. So he's giving opportunity to the next person to express his opinion as well. Huh? So our Supreme Lord is so humble. So we should learn from Supreme Lord. We should be humble. Not very. His strength does not come from how heavy we are. Huh? His strength comes from how compassionate we are to others. So we should be more compassionate. Prabhupada was very compassionate. Now, externally, he was strong as well many times. He chastised his disciples. But this was all loving chastisement. Huh? He's saying, Iti me mati. One time, one of Prabhupada's disciple, he was Prabhupada's servant, and Prabhupada was watching TV with him on the moon mission when America sort of declared we have arrived on moon. Prabhupada said, no, they have not gone to moon. They have not gone to moon. And he was like fully convinced about that. But same time, his servant, I forgot his name, I can't remember anyway. So this servant, somehow or other, he could not digest that. And within few hours, he was starting packing his bag. He said, Prabhupada, I'm leaving. And Prabhupada said, why are you leaving? He said, I think this government is right, but you are wrong. Prabhupada tried to convince him. He said, no, they haven't gone to moon. Prabhupada was trying to present a fact. Soon after that, another disciple, Bhavananda Prabhu, and he was telling actually in his offering to Prabhupada in one of the Vyas Puja, he was telling this instance. And Prabhupada was so humble, he said, this person may not believe me. I'm an old man. How much I know? But he should not doubt on Shastra. Shastra tells moon is a heavenly planet. Moon is not like a rocky place, which science is saying. Moon is a heavenly planet. And when I present it and he rejects my opinion, that's fine. I'm an old person. But he should not reject Shastra. He's doubting on Shastra. And I'm just saying as per Shastra. So Prabhupada was so compassionate. And he was saying, I may be wrong. He's saying, I'm an old man. I may be wrong. But Shastra cannot be wrong. Eventually that man left, and after 30 years, you can Google it. Man landing on moon was a hoax. Now there are multiple statements on that, but at least this one perspective, Prabhupada said they have not gone on moon. Prabhupada made more statements on that. Prabhupada said even if they have gone on moon, what's the big deal they have achieved? They just got some rocks from there. Prabhupada also said they must have gone to Rahu. He said that. And you see on Google, there are movies, and they're not ESCON movies, which clearly proves why they have not landed on the moon. Now, again, we have to take all the statements of Prabhupada. We cannot just take one statement and make it an absolute statement. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, so Prabhupada was so humble, so humble. One time he was in Amsterdam, and there's a new temple installation ceremony was going on. And somehow what had happened, the person who was making the altar, he was given a size as per the size of the deities. He was given a particular size for the altar. But when the person who was going to make the deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, when he went to buy the deities, he thought, let me buy a bigger wood and I'll make big deities. which is very nice, but he forgot to tell the person who was making the altar. So on the final day, the altar and deities came together for the first time. And the deities were too big to fit on the altar. uh, And they could not be, even the height of the deities were bigger. So he made like a temple structure on top of deities. So deities could not actually go inside. And there's a big commotion going on. There's a TV national channel was there. And Prabhupada was supposed to address that. Prabhupada, when he saw that, he was very upset, obviously. And then Prabhupada said, what are the preparations for yajna? And for yajnas, you need fruits. So there was no fruits there. Prabhupada said, can you get me some fruits? So one Mataji went into the kitchen and she did not come back for 1 hour. And Prabhupada was getting angry by this time. And he sent another disciple, can you check this Mataji, what she's doing in the kitchen? Another disciple went, he did not also come back for another 20 minutes or something. Prabhupada was very upset by this time. He sent third person and he found out these two people, they're making fruit salad. When Prabhupada said, give me fruits, they thought Prabhupada is asking fruit salad. So they were busy in cutting the fruits. And Prabhupada, when they came out with the fruit salad, Prabhupada said, I wanted fruits. For yajna, you need fruits, the full fruit, not a fruit salad. Anyway, Prabhupada was a bit upset on all this and he was getting captured. So one very young devotee, very, very new devotee, is still in a karmi dress. He was sitting behind and he raised his hand. Prabhupada said, what? What is your question? And he said, why are you angry? Why don't you chant Hare Krishna? And Prabhupada immediately took his bead bag out and he started chanting Hare Krishna. He did not say, you telling me, the Swami, the world leader of ISKCON? He started chanting Hare Krishna. He did not like argue with this person. He did not. He's just a young man. He said, why are you angry? Why don't you chant Hare Krishna? Prabhupada just accepted. So humble Prabhupada was many, many occasions. Anyway, Supreme Personality of Godhead, iti me mati. So when we present the science of Krishna consciousness to others, they may not accept it. No? In the first lesson, we should not get upset. This is what Krishna said. Okay, that's all right. Krishna also has his opinion, and the person also has his opinions. We should respect. Now, respect does not mean we start following their opinion. Okay, come to my dharma. Your Sanatan dharma is not good enough. Huh? That also happens so much. Huh? So respect does not mean we start following them. Respect means we give them space. We present it, we give them space to process it. And when they come back, they have more doubts, we can try to clarify. So dushprap iti me mati. So unbridled mind, uncontrolled mind. If you approach Krishna consciousness, connection with Krishna with unbridled mind, yoga will not happen. Yoga very, very difficult, huh? Not happen. But second line, Krishna said, Vashya Atmana. Atmana again refers to mind. Vashya means vash karna, control karna. But if you have control, yatata, if you endeavor with the controlled mind, shakyo vaptum upayata. Upayata means upay, solutions, huh? Marga, path. So if you try to do vashya, control with the right upay, with the right process, shakya vaptum, you will achieve. What you will achieve? Controlledness of the mind. And what is the process? What is the upay? He told in the previous verse. What is the upay? Abhyasentu konteya vairagyan chakrayate. Keep doing abhyas. Keep doing abhyas. If your child falls down while he's riding his bike for the first time, what do you say? No problem, beta. Ride again, ride again, ride again. And he becomes very, very expert. One time a new person learned how to ride a bike very nicely. And his friend was watching. So he wanted to show off that I'm so good in riding the bike. And he left his hand. He said, Rakesh, dekh mere haath nahi hai. He left his hand from the handle. He said, Rakesh, dekh mere haath nahi hai, haath nahi hai. After some time, he left his legs as well. He said, Rakesh, dekh mere haath nahi hai, haath nahi hai. पैर भी नहीं है, हाथ भी नहीं है, पैर भी नहीं है, हाथ भी नहीं है. By that time, cycle got crashed. He said, हाथ भी नहीं है, पैर भी नहीं है, दांत भी नहीं है. So I don't have hands, I don't have legs, and I don't have teeth as well. Huh? So we become overconfident sometime. Anyway, so if you do the right upaya, so this person did not follow the right upaya. So if you follow the right upaya, what is right upaya? What is right abhyas? Come under the guidance of Shastra and Shastri. So you can do many, many vratas. You ask sometime in India, they follow this vrata, that vrata. You will not even have heard that name. One time an electrician or plumber came to my house and I was just talking. He was Indian, so I was just talking. He saw many photos in my house. So I said, he asked me, do you go to ISKCON? I said, yes, I go to ISKCON. I said, do you also come? He said, I don't go to ISKCON. I said, where do you go? He said, I go to another temple. I said, which temple you go to? He said, I go to the temple of Dada Bhagwan. I have never heard that. In Sydney, I'm talking. In Sydney, not in India. He said, no, they also have a big temple there. I'm like, what? So he follows another institution, and with all due respect, I don't know their philosophy at all, but he goes to another temple. He said, I don't come to ISKCON, I go there. Like, wow, like people following it. He looked very mature person, and he's following some things. He was a Gujarati, and he had this faith in something else, which I've never heard of actually. I don't know where they are, what their philosophy is, but like nice person. So why I'm telling this? We have to follow the right upaya, right process. You cannot make up your process and expect the success will come. It will not come because you're not following the right process. So following process itself is not good enough. You have to follow the right process. So Krishna is saying, Shakya avaptam upayata. If you follow the right upaya, if you follow the right shastra with the right guru, then you will get the right result. Otherwise, what will happen? Lalchi guru, lalchi chela, narak mein dono thelam thela. So guru is greedy, disciple is also greedy. They will both end up in naraka. Huh? So your disciple may be good, but guru is wrong. Sometimes guru is right, disciple is wrong. You're not going to achieve the success. Huh? So you have to follow the right guru, right process. Then due course of time, purification will happen, and then you will achieve the result. Supriya Mataji?
Prabhu, I just want to add for your humble point.
Yeah.
When I went to ISKCON temple on Janmashtami in Delhi, and there was a prabhuji who said to me that you need to submit only 50 rupees. This is the first time, Mataji. After that, everything is free. This time, so many new people are coming here, so we need to do feast. Sorry for that. And I gave 50 rupees, but I thought how humble he is. So if he is like that, how many good people are here? They are sweet speaking people. So I need to join ISKCON. So that is the reason I joined ISKCON.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji, for this good experience. And I've heard many bad experiences as well. Sometimes devotees are so rough. The new person comes and they become so heavy on him on day one. Day one, they start giving him left, right, center, and this person never comes back. He becomes so scared. Sometime I looked in our temple itself, some new person came, at least I had not seen him. So he took some prasad, some puri, and from Mahaprasad tray, and he liked it. And there was no one there, and I was just literally watching. So he took the second serve without washing hand. It's not very right. You wash your hand, take again. But this person just didn't know. One Mataji, another Mataji, a senior Mataji, senior by age and I think devotion as well. She saw this person as well. I was also from far looking. And I was literally trying to go, but I was also eating prasad. I was looking at this person. So I was trying to go, wash my hand, come back. By the time I came back, this Mata was already shouting on this person in a loudest possible voice. इतनी भी अक्ल नहीं है कहाँ से आए हो this and that this person was just looking at this mother. Okay, he did not do the right thing, but he just didn't know. Many people just don't have that habit. You can respectfully tell them, Prabhuji, if you want, please ask. We are here to serve you. We may not be on the spot, but please ask. It's the right thing to do, washing your hand. Okay, he made a mistake. I'm not denying it, but shouting like that, and I don't remember that face ever again. Uh, so people make mistakes. Not that they are wrong, they just don't know. So we have to be patient. We have to tolerate. Prabhupada tolerated so many things. If I'm not wrong, Yamuna Mataji tells this past time when he first went to see Prabhupada. Her sister joined first anyway. So she met Prabhupada and slowly she got inspired. She was still smoking that time. Prabhupada was engaging her in services. One time Prabhupada asked, can you help me in cooking for the deities? So Yamuna Mata said, all right, no problem. But then she went inside. It was so many preparations. So Prabhupada was cooking and she was assisting Prabhupada. After say 1 hour, Prabhupada said, Yamuna Mata said, I need a cigarette break. She was honest. Prabhupada said, all right. Prabhupada did not started shouting at her. You are taking a cigarette break while we are cooking for the deities. Prabhupada said, all right, you go out. So she went outside, she smoked the cigarette and she came back. And Prabhupada was like trying to tolerate his breath. This is how he tolerated. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, when he was making the deities of Jagannath Ji, He was still smoking that time while carving the deities of Jagannath ji. He was smoking cigarette, and he put the leftover cigarette on the hand of Jagannath or shoulder of Jagannath, somewhere there. Huh? So Prabhupada came, was talking, and when Prabhupada saw the cigarette butt or the leftover cigarette there, Prabhupada did not shout at Shyamsundar Prabhu. All he said, don't let this little thing come in between you and Krishna. Only one line he said, and then he left. He did not say, get out from here, what are you doing, this and that. He just left. And from that day onwards, Shyamsundar Prabhu quit smoking. So there are ways to correct people. Don't just grab a AK-47 and just shoot them. Many times, unfortunately, it happens. It happens in our community. We can't do all those things. Huh? Sometimes some things needs to be looked at properly, definitely. But still, we have to have some compassion. Some compassion. Okay, so follow the right process. So what Krishna is saying in this particular verse, you have to control your mind. So there is no compromise on that. But if you follow the right practice, you will eventually achieve the success. Okay. Now Arjun has some more questions. So Arjun's first question, he responded, 33, 34. Now Arjun has more questions. So this is very friendly conversation going on between the disciple and the teacher. This is how it should be, very friendly relationship. Then disciple can open up his heart, and then teacher can clarify that out. 637. Who wants to read? Who is next? Amrit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Vacha Ayati Shraddhayopeto Yoga Chalita Manasaha Aparapya Yoga Samsiddhim Kamgatim Krishna Gachati. Arjuna said, what is the destination of the man of faith who does not persevere, who in the beginning takes through the process of self-realization, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?
Thank you, Prabhuji. So Arjun says, okay, I agree with you, Krishna. So what you said, if I practice correctly, I will get the perfection. So I agree with that. But hang on a second. But if the practice takes so long that I might even leave the body before that, right? So you're talking about practice, controlling your mind and all those things. But what if I start practicing controlling my mind, but before I achieve the perfection, I quit my body? What happens to that? Is it a valid question, right? Sometimes some people tell you, you'll earn money if you put this. So you, first question, double होने में कितना time लगेगा? You have to double your money. How long is it going to take? Huh? It should not take, 400 years. I'll not be here to enjoy my money. Huh? Just a simple example. So Arjun is asking this question. Okay, I accept, Krishna, your proposal. If I follow the right process, mind will be controlled. But Krishna, how long is it going to take? So that's a valid question. So you say, let's read this. Ayati. So ayati refers to, anyone knows the meaning of yati? Brahmacharis? Yati. Because you're going to be yati one day. Ayush Prabhu, Amrit Prabhu, Shashank Prabhu, Yati. Come on.
I don't know, maybe successful.
सन्यासी प्रभु
Sannyasi, कौन बोला? Shashank Prabhu. Okay, so you're going to get sannyas soon. Yati means sannyasi. So ayati means not a sannyasi. So here Prabhupada writes as an unsuccessful transcendentalist. So ayati shraddhaya upeto. So shraddha refers to shraddha, faith. So upeta refers to engagement. So a person who is engaged with shraddha. So all of us, for example, we have some shraddha for Krishna. May not be the highest shraddha, but some shraddha. So we start the process with shraddha. So we are engaged with some shraddha, but ayatihi, but we do not achieve the final destination of success. Yoga chalit manasaha. So chalit manasa refers to mind. Chalit refers to chala gaya. In Hindi, say chala gaya. So it's not chanchal. Chanchal and chalit is different. Chanchal means aata hai jata hai, flickering. So sometime we chant in the morning. Sometimes, many times you can say your mind goes away, and then you bring your mind back, and the mind goes back again. So it goes and comes and goes and comes. The chalit manasa refers to what? Chala gaya. He's gone permanently, not coming back and forth. He's gone. Chalit manasa. So this yogi who started the process with shraddha, but due to chalit manasa, man chala gaya hai. He's gone back into sansar. He's not going to come back. He is ayati aprapya yoga sansiddhim. Prapya refers to prapta karna, achieve, to achieve. Aprapya does not achieve. Yoga sansiddhim, what he does not achieve, sansiddhim, perfection of yoga. He who started the process is Shraddha, but due to Chalita Manasa, his mind is gone to materialism again. Aprapya yoga he has not achieved the perfection. Kam gatim Krishna gachati. Hey Krishna, my dear Krishna, Kam gatim. What will be the gati? What will be the destination of that person? Is the question clear? Huh? So a person who has started the process, but due to the mind, it happens. Many things happen. Many Prabhupada disciples, for some time, they left ISKCON, but they came back. Huh? So due to some things, they gone away. They got distracted for some time, but sooner or later, we hear many past times they came back. Prabhupada always protected them. So Arjun is asking to Krishna, due to the flickering mind, which mind is just gone away into materialistic society again, what will happen to this sort of yogi? So is it a valid question for all of us? We also think like that. ISKCON में आ तो गए back to Godhead कब जाएंगे? When we going to go back to Godhead? And this is long route which looks like. It's a valid question. Let's see, he's extending his question as well. So let's read this and when Krishna will respond to that. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. तच्चिन्नो भयाविभ्रस्तस्य चिन्नाभरम् इव नश्यति अपरातिस्थो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणपति. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere?
Thank you, Prabhuji. So first I'll start from the third line. What Arjun is referring Krishna as Mahabaho. Have you heard this word used for someone else in Bhagavad Gita? Just 2 verses before, the same word Krishna used for Arjun.
Arjuna.
Huh?
Yes.
Right? So this word does not just refer to one person, it refers to Krishna as well as Arjuna. What does it mean? Mahabaho. Mahabaho means mighty armed Arjuna. So mighty arms does not just refer to your 6-pack or 8-pack, whatever the maximum is. Mighty arms refers to, can you deal with your mind? So if you're a very good warrior outside, but inside you're getting defeated. The example of Hiranyakashipu, for example. Outside he was so mighty warrior, so mighty. Besides like Brahma and Shiva, all the demigods were under his control. He was extremely powerful. But inside is in Bhagavatam said he was Ajitendriya. He was always bitter, he was frustrated because he was Ajitendriya. So Mahabhav refers to not only the external courage, it also refers to the internal courage. So Arjun also referred Krishna as Madhusudan. So if you are able to kill Madhu demon, please kill the demon of my doubts as well. So by referring by a student to his teacher as Mahabaho, you are able to remove my doubts. So please remove my doubts. So again, very respectful attitude towards teacher. Teacher has respectful attitude towards disciple, and same attitude disciple has towards his teacher. And he's opening his heart, asking the questions which he has with full submissiveness, with full pranipatena. So it's not transgressing the etiquette, is still opening his questions. Okay, come to the first line now. So Kachin, Kachit refers to weather. That's Kachin. Na Ubhaya. Ubhaya refers to two. So Ubhay in Sanskrit is called two. What are the two? Vibhrastas. What are the two paths we can take? We can either take a spiritual path or we can take material path. How many paths you are following, Rajesh Prabhu? One path he's saying. A spiritual path only, right? No, most of us, we are sitting here, we are following both paths actually, isn't it? So we have some material desires, we do some material things as well, and some spiritual things also. Do we all agree, right? Otherwise, we'll not be here, Rajesh Prabhu, if you're only following material path. We have better things to do on Wednesday night. Some movies or some nice shows are coming on. So you're sitting here, we are all sitting here, we are also following Ubhaya path. Ubhaya path refers to some material path, some spiritual path. Now, material path at this stage may be more than the spiritual. And this is what we are trying to convert. Make a spiritual path more and more, and one day material path should come down to zero. So now Arjun is asking to Krishna, what he's saying, Kachin na ubhaya vibhrastas. Ubhaya vibhras means to get bhrasta, to get distracted. Now a person, now remember the previous question he was saying, he started the process, but he did not achieve the siddhi, perfection, right? What happens to that yogi? What happens to that person? Now, what he's thinking, he could not get success in material life, nor he could get success in his spiritual life. This question comes to our mind as well. मेरा क्या होगा? धोबी का dash dash dash. Na ghar ka na ghat ka. We have this phrase in Hindi. Everyone understands that? Priti Mata, you say that in Nepali? You understand? Dhobi ka dash dash dash. Na ghar ka na ghat ka. So this is the question we all get many times in our mind. One time, one reporter asked Srila Prabhupada, what if Krishna does not exist? What if? Right? This is a question he's asking. This is a doubt we all may have sometime at least. What if Krishna does not? All the Ekadashis, Nasing Chaturdashis, fasting, this and that, we are all following 16 rounds a day, 32 rounds a day, 64 rounds a day, Govardhan Parikrama, getting blisters on the feet. What if Krishna does not exist? And what was the response of Prabhupada? Prabhupada did not cut off this reporter. He said, even if Krishna does not exist, we live the best lifestyle. We live the healthiest lifestyle. We have best people around us. We live in the best building. We wear the best clothes. Our mind is fresh. Our body is healthy. Even if Krishna does not exist, we are in good states and we leave the body. But imagine if Krishna exists, what will happen to you? You will become Dhobika dash dash dash. So it's better you follow Krishna consciousness even if Krishna did not exist. The Prabhupada gave very nice answer. So we really live very healthy life. You look outside, people live so unhealthy lifestyle. They have so much calm, growth, low. Not that we don't have, we also have, but at least the degrees are varying, and somehow or other this process are rubbing us off. And hopefully one day we will be able to win over those anarthas, those unhealthy habits. And we associate with very nice people. They don't have any ulterior motives, no exploitative mentality. Most of us are very nice people. We go to temple, we chant and we feast, we dance, we laugh. So much nice positive things around us. But what these karmis have, they have nothing. They go to beer bar. Friday they go to beer bar, and the Saturday morning they will have a hang up. Then afternoon they go to gym, and then they go for shopping. Their life is so limited. Then they watch TVs. They hardly have any friends. One of Indian lady works with me at my workplace. She has a 5-year-old child. She was saying, last year I celebrated my kid's birthday. I invited 8 kids. I'll never do it again. It was so stressful. And I was thinking, okay, 8 kids. We invite 100 people, no problem. In our regular program, 50 people come. In a house program, we are talking. Our mothers are used to cook for 50 people. One mother was telling me she went to India. She was buying some big pots. So her mother was asking, my dear daughter, why are you buying such a big pots? This is like for shadi, for marriages. And the daughter said, the devotee daughter said, Mother, I get so many guests in my house. Every now and then we have program. I said, how many guests do you get? 40, 50. 40, 50. Even in India, people actually do outside catering even for 10 people these days. And this devotee mother was so surprised. She said, no, we cook everything in our own home. Everything. We just buy, ingredients from the market, we cook. And this devotee mothers was surprised. How can you cook for 40 people? She said, 40 is all right. No problem. So Prabhupada taught us everything. Prabhupada said you should be able to cook, you should be able to clean, you have to be able to give class, you have to be able to deity worship, Harinam, anything, devotee is ready. Devotees are fully equipped. Anyway, coming back to the verse here. So, Ubhay Vibhrastas. So, what if spiritual success doesn't take place, material success, because of Naukri chhod diya na? My kid used to go to IIT, and now he has left IIT. And there's big TV channels are taking those people out. इसका दिमाग खराब कर दिया. My such a nice boy was then. ISKCON वालों ने brain wash कर दिया. And one time Prabhupada said, we can't do brainwash. Why? You don't have brain. You don't have brain. What are you going to wash? Another time Prabhupada said, yes, we are doing brainwash. Because your brain is dirty. You have so many viruses. We have to clean your brain. So we don't have brain first, and even if we have, that's dirty. So our Shastra, these nice devotees, they're trying to wash it. So anyway, so na ubhay vibhrasta. Ubhay vibhrasta first refers to neither spiritual success nor material success. This is Arjuna's doubt. Huh? Chinna Abraham iva nashyati. Abraham refers to cloud. So Arjun is giving a nice analogy. If two clouds are going and a piece of cloud thinks, sometimes in the strong air, the clouds get disturbed into different directions. So this piece of cloud thinks, I'm going to join the next cloud. But while that time it goes to the next cloud is already gone. So the piece of cloud is in the air and is nowhere. So this is Arjuna's question in his mind. Apratishto Mahabaho. Pratishtha refers to foundation. Apratishta refers to with no foundation. This person has no foundation. He's not going to go anywhere. Vimudho Brahmanapati. Brahmanapati refers to spiritual path. Path refers to path. Brahman refers to spiritual, transcendental. So Vimuda refers to who is lost. So a person who is lost in the transcendental path, he neither achieved material success nor achieved spiritual success. What will happen to this person? Is the question clear of Arjun? Now, this is not the question of Arjuna, this is a question of us. We have this question. Should I join Brahmachari Ashram or should I not? What happens if after 3 years I do not get along? Huh? We have these questions. Huh? So this Shastra is reading the mind of sadhakas and asking these questions for us. Let's see the response of, okay, he's expanding last verse of Arjuna. Who's next? Shobhit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I don't know if my voice is very clear or not, but
It's
I'll try.
very, very clear. बुलंद आवाज है आपकी.
All right, Prabhu. I'm not at home, so I just thought
Sorry,
I
1
might-
second, Prabhu. Kesha Prabhu, you raised your hand? Sorry, I forgot.
Yes, Prabhu, but that was just for जो whatever you are reading like that, Nepalese में समझते हैं डर नहीं है डर की जगह हस्बैंड है लेकिन सेम पता है डर और हस्बैंड एक
Everyone understood that, Kesha Prabhu? He said, Dhobi ka dash dash nahi hai. Now I'm repeating
become
Kesha Prabhu.
husband.
Husband. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Some people didn't understand. I'm glad they didn't understand. Okay, Shobhit Prabhu, please carry on.
All right, Prabhu. I'll try my best. Etam te sanshayam Krishna chetu maharshaya shisheshate tavtanya sanshaya sasya chetana jupapagate. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask you to disciple it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt.
Thank you, Prabhuji. With your permission, can I reread the verse? You tried
Yes,
your
Prabhu.
best. That's very good. Etan me sanshayam Krishna. So it's very simple, Prabhu. And again, it takes practice. I'm also making many, many mistakes. Etan me sanshayam Krishna chetum arhasi asheshataha. Tvad anya sanshayasya chetana hi upapadyate. It's very clear. So etan me sanshayam Krishna. So now Arjuna is saying sanshay. Sanshay means doubt. Me, etan, this. This is my doubt, hey Krishna. So again, a student is telling his teacher, this is my doubt. Very humbly, Arjuna is asking his doubt. So again, we should follow in the footsteps of Arjuna when we are asking question to our superior in a humble way. You can definitely ask. Chetum means chedana in Hindi. Chedana means, destroy. Arhasi asheshataha. So arhasi refers to I'm requesting you. So I'm not ordering you. I'm not instructing you. Oh, you speaker, you said that. How can you say that? Sometimes you see people are so rude. They just get up in the class. They say, how can you say that? He's saying, Arhasi, I request you. This is my doubt. Chetum. Please destroy my doubt. How much you should destroy? Asheshata. So that no doubts remain in my mind. Asheshata refers to nothing remaining. Shesh means remaining something. Ashesha means nothing remaining. Twad anyaha, aapke bina. Twad means you. Anya, besides from you. Shanshayasya, this shanshaya, this doubt. Cheta nahi upapadate. No one else can remove my doubt. So this is disciple showing faith in Guru. Disciple not saying, Guru, if you know, please tell me that. If you know, that means I don't have full faith in you. So he's not saying like that. He's saying Tvad Anyaha. When Uttara was targeted, Uttara's womb was targeted by Shwatthama's Brahmastra. So Uttara came to Krishna. He says, Pahi Pahi Mahabaho. So Krishna, Uttara came to Krishna and says, Krishna, please protect me. And she said the next line, besides you, no one else can protect me. No one else. Now Uttara's husband Abhimanyu just died few days ago, right? In the war. But Uttara did not lose faith in Krishna. It says in Germany, I heard my Guru Maharaj's lecture. In Germany, there were many soldiers who went for the World War II, but they did not come back. So their wives used to visit the church and they will pray to God every day, let my husband come back, let my husband come back. And many of them did not come back. So those wives, many of them at least, they lost faith in God and they became atheists. Why did they become atheists? Because God did not hear me what I wanted. And Prabhupada said, God is not your order carrier servant. You just order the God, do this for me, and God must follow your instruction. Why would God follow your instruction? He is not your order carrying servant. He is your master. You are the servant. So we should always have that attitude. So, Tad anya sansayasya. So, Tad anya, tumhare bina, aapke bina, no one else can remove this doubt. You are in that position, you are able to remove the doubt. So please remove my doubt. These are my doubts. So let's see what Krishna responds to this Arjun's query. Everyone understand Arjun's query? Who can sort of summarize in one line? Ayush Prabhu, you want to summarize? Simple words.
So, how did he start it? He says that first that the mind is very difficult to control, and I can have better chance to control the wind. Then Krishna tells him to regulate the mind. So then after that, Arjun says that his first doubt is if a yogi or a yati, which is not successful in his transcendental life, if although he is engaged with faith, Shraddha Yopeto, then even then he may not be able to attain the highest perfection. So if he fails to attain Godhead, what does he achieve? And if you see in both paths, he might fail. He might fail in his material life because he has not done any engagement in that, and even in the spiritual life he has failed. So for him, then what is the he will be bewildered in the path of transcendence. So for him, what is the goal that he achieves? And then Arjun very humbly puts it to Krishna that only you can dispel my doubt.
Fantastic, Prabhu. You have a photogenic memory, or you have read these verses. You repeated as it is those three things. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice.
I have a great teacher.
Oh, yes, Prabhupada is the greatest teacher. Yes. Okay, 640. Who is next in my... Shishant Prabhuji is next.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Shri Bhagavano Vacha Parthanayavena Nimruta Vinasa Tasya Vidyate Nahi Kalan Kalyana Krit Kaschid Durgatim Tata Gacchati. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Partha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities, does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil.
Thank you, Prabhu. Just one thing, Prabhu. It is son of Pratha. So Partha is the name of Arjun, and if you sort of connect it with the root, this is son of Pratha. Pratha is the name of Kunti Maharani. So Kunti Maharani is also known as Pratha. So son of Pratha is Partha. Okay, now come back. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha, now Bhagavan is trying to respond to those questions of Arjuna. Parth, na iha na amutra. So there are two words you see. Iha means this one, or amutra refers to in the next life. So na iha na amutra. So neither in this life nor in the next life. Vinashastasya vidyate. So na again have to come before vidyate. Vidyate means it will happen. So what will happen? Vinash na vidyate. Vinashastasya na vidyate. Uska vinash nahi hoga. The vinash of that person, neither in this life nor in other life, will not happen. Everyone gets that? So who is that? Nahi kalyan krat kashit. Kalyan refers to auspicious activity. What is auspicious activity? Anyone can tell? From a spiritual perspective, I'm saying. Anyone? What is an auspicious? How do you define auspicious? Sarupni Mata, if you want to try.
Like Homa, if we do
Homa is auspicious, okay. More?
like chanting, we do
Okay, chanting is
Aarti at
auspicious.
home.
Okay. What's the principle behind all this? Any activity which leads us to Krishna Prema, that is auspicious. Any activity which does not lead us to Krishna Prema, that is
No,
inauspicious. Even a Homa can become inauspicious, sorry. If you
it
get
will.
proud of it. If you get many Vedic Brahmanas, as you read in Mataji's 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Brahma Patnis, the Brahman Patnis, so Pati, the husbands were doing a lot of homas. They were very experts. Patni were illiterate actually, but they had heard the glories of Krishna. When Krishna's friend went to ask, my dear Brahmins, can you give us some prasadam? Krishna has come here. They ignored the request of the boys. But when he went to the Patnis, the wives became very happy. They got the whole prasadam pots for Krishna. And Krishna was very happy. So, sorry, just one example. So Homa actually, maybe, we're not saying Homas are bad, but the point is, what's the auspicious activity? If it takes you towards Krishna, that is called Kalyan Krit. Kalyan means real Kalyan karne wali hai. Our reading Bhagavad Gita, Amrit Prabhu, is auspicious or inauspicious?
Auspicious.
Auspicious. Can it become inauspicious as well?
Yeah, if we desire something else apart from devotional service to
Yeah,
Krishna.
or we become very proud of it. Prabhu, you know, I
Yeah.
know 450 verses. You know that. You only know 4 verses. Oh, come on. Actually, the same activity can become inauspicious because what has happened, I may know the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. I know nothing about Bhagavad Gita, to be very honest. Because that same Bhagavad Gita has brought pride in myself that I am better than the other person. So, same Bhagavad Gita, which is supposed to bring auspiciousness in our life, may become, not, it's not Bhagavad Gita's fault, it's our fault, our mind's fault. So, Kalyan activity, if I have to ask you one line, any activity which brings you closer to Krishna, that is called Kalyan Krit. Now, if the yogi who has started Shraddhayo Peto, Ayati Shraddhayo Peto, Ayush Prabhu's line I'm just trying to repeat, Ayati, unsuccessful transcendentalist, he started with Shraddha, right? He had some Shraddha, he started the process. Later on, he got lost. So he started Kalyan activity or no? Yes, he started the Kalyan activity. So Krishna is saying, anyone who has done Kalyan Krit, anyone has done the auspicious activity, like whoever is chanting for 1 year, 2 years, then leaving, for example, has chanted the name of Krishna and Ram, right? Has served. He has bowed down to Krishna and maybe coming to temple doing Dandavat Pranam as well. Took some prasadam. He has done some Kalyan, right? Later on he got lost. So Krishna is saying, even if you've done that Kalyan Krit. Anyone remembers 240? Now you're going to give exam very soon. Come on. Fast. 240. नहीं पता किसी को भी?
नेहा विक्रम
Thank you, Prabhu. लाज रख ली आपने. Please say.
नेहा
Please.
नेहा विक्रमणा सृष्टि प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
You'll stop there,
स्वल्प
Prabhuji. I'll come. Pratyavayo na. What does pratyavayo means? Destruction. Na vidyate. Na vidyate means does not exist. For the person who has done even little bit, as Prabhuji, Neha Vikram Pratyavayo, Solpam apyasya dharmasya. Even if he has followed little dharma, we're talking real Bhagavad dharma here, even he has followed little dharma, pratyavayo na vidyate. Same thing Krishna is saying. Vinasastasya na vidyate. Same thing. So 240 is getting expanded in this section of Bhagavad Gita. So there Krishna said, Pratyavayo navidyate, the vinash, the destruction does not exist. Now he is telling how it does not exist. What happens actually to that person? This is the section which we are reading. So vinash tasya navidyate. It does not exist. Neither in this life, not in the next life. For whom? Who has done Kalyan Krit, who has done book distribution, has taught about Krishna, who has chanted Krishna's name, gone to Vrindavan, done parikrama, done chanting, have touched the feet of Prabhupada, not exist. So this is a very assuring verse, very, very assuring verse. So no matter what happens, Na Durgatim. Again, now we have to bring it. Na Durgatim. Tat. Tat refers to my dear friend. Tat is a very intimate, very loving address of Krishna for Arjuna. Hey Tat. You must have heard in B.R. Chopra Mahabharata. Hey Tat. So Tat refers to my dear son, my dear friend. Very intimate address. So he's saying, my dear friend Arjuna, Durgatim na gachati. He will never get into Durgati. Durgati refers to inauspicious destination. So first, before responding to Krishna, Arjun's question, Krishna is saying a general principle of assurance. Arjun, be assured. Mad bhakta na pranashati, pratyavayo na vidyate, vinasastasya na vidyate, durgatim tat na gachati. So is it assuring verse for everyone? Very well. So 640 actually is a very, very assuring verse. We'll read in 9th chapter as well, 2nd chapter as well. These are all the assurances of Krishna. No matter what we do later, but whatever we are doing today will give us fruits. Definitely it will give us fruits. So because you are involved in what? Kalyan, in auspicious activity. Let's go to 641. Now Krishna starts expanding on that. Now 641 refers to a yogi. Now there can be two types of yogis. One type of yogi who started practicing Krishna consciousness, suppose, just putting a number here, he only practiced say 10% and then he got lost in the material world. Another case can be he practiced 90% he got lost. Is it possible? Some people come to temple, you would have seen, you'll see them for a few months, then they disappear. And then they come back after 6 years. So this is the verse which Krishna is responding to Arjuna for a yogi who has done tapasya or kalyankar for a shorter period of time. What happens to that person? Who will read? Premanand Prabhu.
Prapya punya kritam lokan Usitva saswati sama Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yogo Vasta Vijayate. Srila Prabhupada's translation. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of employment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Krishna is talking about the yogi who has done tapasya for a shorter period of time. Prapya, he will achieve punya kartam lokan. So lokan means loka, planets. He will achieve what he will achieve? Punya kartam, the planet which is achieved by punyatmas. So even if he has done tapasya for a shorter period of time, devotion service for a shorter period of time, the first thing he will achieve is what? Punya kratam lokan. So the loka which are not achieved by papis, by sinful people, he will achieve the lokas which are achieved by punya kratam. That means he will get a lot of heavenly pleasures. Ushita. Ushita means he will reside there. How long he will reside there? Shashwati Samaha. Samaha refers to like. And Shashwati means eternal. Like it for long time. So he will achieve the planets. Like if I tell you you have a free ticket to say Switzerland, okay, then say for how long, isn't it? Kitne din ka trip hai? You say, okay, 1 week you can live free in the hotel. If you win this competition, 1 week free trip to Switzerland, for example. But here saying Ushitva, how long he will live there? Shashwati Sama. Shashwati Sama Prabhupada translates says many, many years. After many, many years of enjoyment. What will happen then? He has to Chine Punya Mrityu Lokam Vishanti. This is the 9th chapter says in Bhagavad Gita. We'll get there when we 920. So when the punyas are finished, you have to come down. So you have to come down. You cannot live there forever. But when you come down, what will happen? Krishna explains that as well. So when you leave the body, even if you have done short period of tapasya, you leave the body. What happens? The first thing, Amrit Prabhu, you go up in the heavenly planets. Once Prabhupada was asked, do you think all your disciples will go back to Godhead in this lifetime? Anyone knows the response of this question? Very important question. Prabhupada said, many of my disciples will go to heavenly planets. And the reporter or this person was surprised why they will go to heavenly planets, because Prabhupada said they have material desires. They're not fully purified. But eventually they will go back to Godhead. Prabhupada sort of assured that as well. If they follow the process sincerely, I guarantee. Prabhupada said 3 times. So never have doubt on Prabhupada's words, honestly. You can only blindly trust on Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, if you follow 4 regulative principles, chant 16 rounds, I will personally come back and drag you back to Godhead. I guarantee. This is the assurance of Krishna. This is the assurance of Prabhupada. When in Damodar Leela, everyone knows that Leela. When Krishna was looking at these Yamlarjun trees, he says in a verse in 10th canto, he says, I have nothing to do with the sons of Kubera because they were drunkards. They were woman hunters. I have nothing to do with them. But my pure devotee has promised that in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna will come and liberate you. So I have to go and liberate them. So although we may be very, very fallen, but Prabhupada has promised. When you went back to Godhead, when you go back to Godhead, on the day Nanda Sunanda will ask, who are you? You should not say, I am Hemant Tiwari, I am this and that. You tell your spiritual name. And then they will ask, how long? What are you going to do there? I'm just sightseeing ke liye aaye hain." Just here for sightseeing. You say, go back. If you tell your name, Hemant Tiwari, get out from here. I'm here for sightseeing, get out from here. How long you're planning to stay here? You should say, I'm planning to stay here forever. What are you going to do inside? कुछ नहीं, बस पकौड़ा चाट खाएंगे, चले जाएंगे. Just eat and go. No, what you will say, I'm here to serve. And then they will ask you the final question. What is your qualification? What you should say? I have Australian passport, Indian passport, Nepali passport. What you will say? I have ISKCON passport. I've got initiation in ISKCON. I am Prabhupada man. And what they will say? Although you're nalaik, but get inside. Get inside. Because you're Prabhupada man, huh? Tell your Guru Maharaj name. Tell Prabhupada name. Then they will let you enter. If you tell your name, they will say, कभी अपनी माला देखी है? Nandan Sunand will ask you, what have you done? And this is Amog Leela Prabhu says in a very funny clip, but it's a very nice thing he says. And you say, I've done 16 rounds. 16 rounds? He'll say, just show him. He will say to his servant, just show him his own video of chanting. He will say, हमें शर्म आ जाएगी. You really doing chanting or you just sleeping? In train, in bus, in walking, this and that. Huh? Is this chanting? What else you have done? I've done Ekadashi. On Ekadashi, you have eaten more than the normal days. Before Ekadashi, you eat because tomorrow is Ekadashi. On Ekadashi, you eat because today you're fasting. And then 10 types of sabji and kutu ka atta ki pakodi, kutu ke atta ka sabji and mishri and then all different types of fruits and dry fruits and juice and avocado shake. You start from the morning, never finish till the evening. And then you eat on Dwadashi. Oh, I was fasting yesterday. You eat a lot more than on the fasting days. Whatever little you may have fasted on Dwadashi, you just eat the triple times, huh? Said that won't work. He say, and then he will ask, so then he will say, but I was sitting on the Bhagavatam class. Really? On Bhagavatam class, you just make the drawings. And you are sleeping. You never studied Bhagavatam actually. And on, you'll say, you'll not get any marks. You'll only get 5 marks out of 100. And you'll say, oh, Prabhupada, please save me. Guru Maharaj, please save me. And then you'll get 95% grace marks from Prabhupada and your Guru Maharaj. Then you'll get the entry. You cannot say, oh, I've done Govardhan Parikrama. Or the Govardhan Parikrama also, you were just thinking about all the other things. So our qualification is not in our chanting, in our reading, in our seva, which is there, but it's very little than what is needed to get entry inside. And that's why we are called mercy case. We are not qualified case. Okay, some of you may be qualified cases. Many pure devotees may be here. I'm definitely not. Most of us, we are mercy case. We are not qualified. Our mind is everywhere. Body is also everywhere. So many times. Very hard even to chant 16 rounds. What to speak of chanting? Even one round is chanting very hard. Doing seva with full sincerity, with full focus, without aparadh, very difficult. So we have to rely on the mercy of Prabhupada more than our own qualification. But that doesn't mean we don't do anything. No, we have to do your effort. First finger is effort, second is mercy. If you don't put effort, mercy will not come. So, but to get mercy, you have to do the effort. But effort itself will not grant you the visa of Vaikuntha. It will not grant you the visa. Our effort is very less, very less. Requirement is a big. But if you do the effort as best as possible, even if you're a squirrel, Lord Ram will accept you. Because he sees the effort, not is it complete or no. It's sincere effort. I can only lift 5 grams of the sand. Lord Ram will say, no problem. I'm happy with your effort. Okay, so Suchi, okay, so Ushitva Shastri Sama, the next we are coming, Suchi Nam. So what will happen when you come back to earth? You'll get birth in some family. What sort of family you'll get birth in? Suchi. Suchi refers to Suchi. Suchi and Muchi, we use the words. Suchi means clean family. Clean family here refers to very cultured family. So where you take birth from the very beginning, you are seeing pictures of Krishna, you are hearing the stories of Krishna, you are seeing Aarti in your home, you are having very cultured, very nice Brahman family. Here, Brahman does not mean caste Brahman. Brahman means a cultured transcendental family, which is very, very conducive for your spiritual advancement. And the second, he says, or you will take birth in Shri Matam. Shri Matam refers to a rich family. Rich families, many times people are very nice, but due to their material conditioning, they cannot advance spiritually. You invite them to temple, Prabhu, I have to go to shift. On a temple day, some people may be working, and that's fine because they need some money to pay their rent and they pay their fee and all those things. So many times people struggle. They are nice, they're culturally nice, but they cannot practice Krishna consciousness due to external reasons. So Suchi and Sri, it helps in two levels. So Sri helps on a physical level. When your physical struggle is a lot, you cannot practice. So what Krishna does, he gives you facility so that you don't have to struggle so much physically. Suppose your family is wealthy, then you don't have to struggle so much for the wealth. So you already have that. And Suchi helps mentally. Many times we may have wealth, but no Suchi inside, no cleanliness inside. Many you'll see in India or in West as well. Many rich people, boys or girls, both these days, they are very corrupt, very, very corrupt. They misuse their father's money or father's position or mother's position money, and they do all the nonsense activities. But here we are not talking about those families. We are talking about a yogi who has already done some tapasya and he got lost. So he has some inclination. So the next birth, if he gets a birth in a family where he gets a lot of culture or a lot of wealth or a reasonable wealth where he doesn't have to mentally or physically struggle, then he restarts the process from that point. As Prabhupada would say, if you leave Krishna consciousness in this life, for example, at 5%, in next life where you will start from 6%. Not from zero. If you earn 3 PhDs, Amrit Prabhu, in this birth, in next birth, can you claim one? Only one. लास्ट बर्थ में 3 किया था, एक दे दो. Give me one. What they have to do, start from zero. Not forget the PhD, you have to go kindergarten again. A for apple, B for Bob, C for cat. You have done 3 PhDs in the past life. In this life, you cannot even take the credit of kindergarten. You have to go back from zero, start from zero. You have to start making your nappies wet again. Anyone ready for wet nappies? uh, I'm not very attracted for that proposal. I will not achieve it, but that proposal is not very attractive. Again, start again, get Nepalese or Indian passport. They again try for PR. Again, student visa. Try to go back to God in this lifetime itself. It is a golden age, golden opportunity. Just serve Gopinath. Again, not you don't have to, make big efforts. Just do some sincere efforts, and you can go back to Godhead. Prabhupada promised that. So Suchi or Sri, they help from Sri helps on a physical level, and Suchi helps from a mental level. Gehe refers to family. Yoga Bhrasto Abhijayate. Abhijayate means he will take birth in Gehe, in the families which are Suchi, we are very clean, transcendentally, spiritually inclined, and Shri, wealthy families. Prabhupada also called it some Vaishya families, which may be mercantile families. Yoga Bhrasto Abhijayate. So this will happen to the person who has done a short-term tapasya and got lost. Now 642 deals with the person who has done lot of tapasya and then got lost. He could not achieve the full success. Okay, 642. Who's next? Ayush Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Ayush Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu, sorry.
No problem. All good.
अथवा योगिनाम एव कुले भवति धीमताम एतद्धि दुर्लभतारम लोके जन्मायद ईदृशम. So translation, or if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world.
Thank you, Prabhu. So now this is the case. If unsuccessful after long practice of yoga. One example you can remember, everyone knows Bharat Maharaj. So Bharat Maharaj was in a bhava stage, but later on his life, something happened and then he could not achieve the perfection. But he achieved the perfection in third life. So we are talking about that yogis. Let's see. Athva we know, or. So case 1 or case 2. So Atva Yogi Nam Eva. So that sort of yogi, which again has done a lot of tapasya in the past birth. Kule Bhavati Dhim Tam. In which kula, in which family he takes birth? In the family of Dhim Tam. Dhim Tam Dha. Dhi refers to Buddhi, intelligence, who are very, very intelligent. Now here this intelligence does not refers to material intelligence, some Einstein or Newton. We are not referring that. Here intelligence refers to one who is very much inclined towards Krishna from the very beginning. You see all these grahasthas who come to temple, they may have taken Krishna consciousness at the age of 35, 40, but their kids, even when they are in the womb of the mother, they are listening Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, the kirtan is going on, mother is eating prasadam. So their whole body from the day of conception is completely spiritualized. Even before that, parents may have done Garbhadan Sanskar. So that child is very, very auspicious, is coming in a very auspicious environment. He has never seen any like bad things, wrong things, meat and all those things. Always chanting, hearing. You see little kids in the dhoti, they're running in the temple room. And they're doing so wonderful services even when they grow old. One brahmachari one day was telling me, when I see these kids, now we're talking, says little older kids like 14, 15, when they play mridanga, he said they play so nice, I get embarrassed. And he can play mridanga. I'm talking Sydney temple. He was very nicely saying, the kids are doing so well. He was literally appreciative of these young kids because they have seen Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life. They are called Dhimatam. So he has taken birth in those families who are so spiritually advanced. So the child automatically has an opportunity. Now, child may get lost as well, but he has a big opportunity to be a devotee in that family. Etad dhi durlabh taram. So durlabh, everyone knows durlabh means very, very difficult. Loke janma yad idasham. So this sort of birth, like taking a birth in a serious spiritual family, is very, very durlabh, very, very rare. Now, I gave the example of Jad Bharat. Prabhupada also gives his own example and his Guru Maharaj example. Look at this. Fortunately, both our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self, Srila Prabhupada, had the opportunity to take birth in such families by the grace of the Lord. Look at this. Prabhupada writing very humbly. Prabhupada had taken birth in a family who was, his father was very spiritually advanced, mother was spiritually advanced. Bhakti Siddhant Maharaj, he has taken birth in the family of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is no other than seventh Goswami. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is so spiritually advanced. So getting birth in those families is very rare, very, very difficult. So that shows whoever is taking birth there has done tapasya for long, long time in the previous birth. Now we have to understand Prabhupada and Saraswati Prabhupada are not in the category of a Yog Bhrashta. Prabhupada is not a Yoga Bhrashta from the previous birth, so he's done 90% tapasya. So he's just giving his example and he adds, by the grace of the Lord. Now here the situation is a little different, but Prabhupada is just giving an example that I had an opportunity from the very beginning of my childhood. And Prabhupada said, my father was always engaged in the deity worship. Shop was his side business. So Prabhupada, father was running a shop, a cloth merchant he was. So his father will go to work at 1 o'clock and 1 or 2 hours, he will run the shop. In the afternoon, he'll come back and do the puja, take some rest and go back to shop again at 5 o'clock. And then he'll come back to home 9 o'clock, he'll do worship again. In the morning, he'll get up, he'll do worship again. He'll do his chanting. So Prabhupada said, my father was a pure devotee. So he said, my father, sometimes when he come home late night after the shop, I'll be lying on the bed. I'll listen the bell ringing. My father is doing the aarti, and then he will get up from the bed and will go and sit in the father's lap. So from the very beginning, he has seen such a nice atmosphere. But he's not a Yoga Bhrashta. By Lord's arrangement, Prabhupada said elsewhere, I was in a spiritual world. Krishna asked me to come down. Krishna asked me to come down. So Prabhupada's situation is very different. But the point is, any children taking birth in devotee families are very, very fortunate, very, very fortunate. And parents should look at them with that vision, that they are actually higher devotees. It does not mean you give them free hand in every situation. You have to do your duty. Sometimes you have to correct your child. But the point is very, very respectful to those souls. Yes, Aish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So does that mean that like whenever we see a devotee kid or a child who's born in the family of devotees, is he necessarily unsuccessful yogi after long practice of yoga?
depending on which family he's taking birth, because you cannot, Prabhu, judging anyone is very, very difficult. His parents, how serious they are, we don't know actually. But sometimes when you see, a devotee family coming to temple for last, say, 15 years or something, then yes, Prabhupada said, these are our Vaikuntha kids. Prabhupada actually said this, they are Vaikuntha kids. So yes, in generally, answer is yes. At the same time, you see in Ravan's family, Vibhishan was also there. Huh? In Hiranyakashipu family, Prahlad was also there. At the same time, in Krishna's family, Bhaumasura was there. Bhaumasura is the son of Krishna and Bhumi Devi, Varahadev and Bhumi Devi. So either things can happen, but general principle is yes, what you are saying. We should be very respectful towards those kids. That actually they may be more higher devotees than what we think we might be. Not that we think we are devotees, but yeah.
And Prabhu, like sometimes, I mean, we should not obviously judge, but sometimes you see, even if the family has been in Krishna consciousness for a very long time, or they might be third generation devotee kid, but the kids do like kind of questionable things, or they're not
Yeah.
really inclined. I've seen, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not judging, but they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
chant sometimes and all of that.
Yes, you're
So
right.
then, in that case, how do we?
So again, Prabhu, again, hard to say one-liner answer here, but at the time of conception, what was the consciousness of the parents? Then when kid came in the world, what sort of family situation? Every family goes upside and downside. What sort of association this kid is doing, and what sort of soul has taken birth, but still have, lot of material desires. So it happens. And many times you'll see parents asking this question to sannyasis or other speakers. My kid does not chant, he does not like coming to temple, and he's very much attracted towards materialism. All those things happen. Yeah. And many times sannyasis give answer, be patient. Be patient. Huh? You have given a seed, now you have no control over that. Now you just wait. You have done your best. It does not mean you are an unsuccessful parent. You are still a successful parent because you have given your best to them. And that soul has its own journey. So some Bhaumasur may also appear. We can't say. At the same time, I was speaking to my Guru Maharaj about a particular person, and he said he's like a Prahlad. He's like a Prahlad. He had no favorable situation when he was young. No favorable situation. And he became a sannyasi in ISKCON, Prabhu. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. His father, mother was completely opposed. Patri Prabhu, he recently came to Sydney. I'm not sure how many you heard him. He tells, his family was not favorable, and his father didn't like him at one stage. Mother didn't like him. They pushed him out of the house. He didn't have any house. He had nowhere to go, but he kept on doing, kept on doing, kept on doing, and eventually he became such a successful yogi. His mother also became a yogi. His mother became a devotee actually eventually after 27 years. But he tolerated. He tolerated. He said, I could not go back home. If I'm not wrong, 27 years. He could not go back home because his parents didn't like him, what he was doing. He was a commander in the Russian army. But some things happened. But he had so much conviction in this process and patience and patience. And eventually he achieved, quite good relationship. I'll tell one more example of Keshav Maharaj. He tells in his classes, not that I know any andar ki baat, that when he was joining the ashram, his parents were not ready. His parents were very nice, but like this is too much going inside the ashram. But he said later on things became normal. It was very, very difficult at one stage. Anyway, so reaching to the conclusion, Aish Prabhu, is difficult, but we should do our best, whether you're a kid, whether you're a parent, whether you're in a leadership position, and then understand that soul has its own conditioning. And eventually Krishna will remove those conditioning. We cannot do. If we can do our own devotion, that's good enough. How can we improve others, Prabhu? To be very honest, huh? Even if someone becomes a devotee, and if you may think, I have when saying is embarrassing, I have made him devotee. And I've heard this statement, Prabhu. I feel like, what? I have made him devotee. Really? It's eventually Lord Vishnu who's going to do the things through you, okay? And through many other channels, it may happen. But if I can make myself a devotee, that's itself is the greatest challenge, isn't it? So eventually, Lord Vishnu is doing it, Prabhu. Lord Krishna is doing it. We are not doing it. Huh? You teach Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu, to so many people. How many get it? To be very honest, right? Some get it. Why, if you are so strong, why others don't get it? You're teaching to 30 people. All 30 should become devotee, right? It doesn't happen. Even if we become very happy. Oh, three people are chanting one round a day. Guru Maharaj says, very nice. So eventually we have to leave that soul in that Krishna's hand. Krishna will protect it. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Keshav Prabhu, you wanted to add something?
Just to add on the what you just mentioned about Bhakti Prabhu. He actually, I mean, everything is, we know everything, but last his mother, just I think 2 days before she left the body, she said that the Krishna came on a dream and she said that I will take you. After 2 days, he just said this on Bhakti launch this last week only.
Yes, actually, yeah, I heard that as well. I think she said Prabhupada came, if I'm not wrong. Prabhupada came.
He said, suddenly he was just, he always, sarcastically, joking with so many things, but he clearly said, you're Krishna.
Yeah, so yeah, we just have to do our duty and then step back. Gopinath will do whatever is needed. Okay, let's go forward. 43. Okay, who's next after? Okay, where are we? Lakshmi Priya Mata.
बुद्धि संयोगं लभते वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life, and he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O son of Kuru.
Thank you, Mataji. Now, this is the verse which Prabhupada, when he says, no, wherever you stop in this life, you will start from the same point next life onwards. As we give example of, if you stop at, say, 5%, next life you start from 6%. This is the verse 643 in Bhagavad Gita. So whatever Prabhupada is saying is not just from his mind, it is straight from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so Taptatam Buddhi Sanyogam. So Taptatam, after taking that birth, even Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe or Dhimatam family. So either one of them, successful yogi after long time, or unsuccessful yogi after short time or long time. After taking birth in that particular family, Dhimatam or Suchinam or Shrimatam, what he will do? Tatra, in there, Tam Buddhi Sanyogam. He will again do the Buddhi Sanyoga. Labate Parvade. Parvade come Purana De. Purana De in the previous Deha. Whatever he has achieved, he will start from there. He will revive it again. He will further progress from that point. Buddhi Sanyogam. Yatate. Yatate means yatna karna, endeavor. So he will do yatan, he will do endeavor. Cha tato bhuyaha. Bhuya means again. So bhuya, bhuya. Bhuya word is also used again and again in Shastras. Bhuya means again. So he will do yatna again. Sansiddho. And finally, what will happen? Sansiddhi. Sansiddhi means perfection. Kurunandan. He will achieve perfection. So, labate parvdehi, whatever he has achieved, say 5% in our example, in parvdeha, in this deha, buddhi yogam. Again, he will do buddhi yoga. Again, he will do devotional service, and he will achieve sansiddhi. He will achieve perfection. Now, you'll say, now in this life, he started from 6, he can stop at 40. Possible. Next life, he will start from 41. So it may not be just one lifetime project, although it's possible in one life, but in generally, I'm hearing one sannyasi is saying, generally, if you're very serious, you will take 10, 20 lifetimes. This is Radha Govind Maharaj. Serious devotees, he is saying 10, 20 lifetimes. But that's not a discouraging statement. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, we read Mukunda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's interaction. So Mukunda did some not admirable things. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was angry with Mukunda and he said, I will not see your face for 10 million lifetimes. 1 crore janmon tak main tumhara muh nahi dekhunga. And when Mukunda heard that, he started dancing. And other devotees, why are you dancing? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying he will not see your face for 10 million lifetime. He said, what is this 10 million lifetimes? What is this 10 million lifetime? I have taken trillions and zillions of births, only 10 million lifetimes. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, after 10 million, he will see me, right? I'm so happy. He's dancing. He's in ecstasy. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard it, that he is dancing in ecstasy because he is saying, you are sure to see me after 10 lifetimes, 10 million lifetimes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, Andaraja, come here. And he gave him mercy right on the spot. He said, Ab nahi karna. Don't do it again. It's like a father, he gets so-called angry, but he's not angry. He loves his kid. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy to Mukunda in the same lifetime. Chota Haridas Thakur, same thing. He left his body, that's fine. But even after leaving his body, he was coming and singing for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You would have seen this picture in our temple, huh? Chota Riraj Thakur coming in an angel form, singing for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So whether you leave the body, you don't leave the body, you take another 10 births, 20 births, actually it doesn't matter. Because we have taken so many births, so many births. One more, two more births is not much. But the guarantee is Krishna is giving, our spiritual masters are giving. The process is very, very able, very, very powerful. Sansiddhim will happen, perfection will happen. There is no doubt in that. 44. Who's next? Sarupni Mataji or Prabhuji? Anyone?
पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनेव ह्रियते अवशोऽपि सा जिज्ञासु अपि योगस्य ब्रह्माति वर्तते. By virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures.
Thank you, Mataji. So, I'll just open the previous verse, 643. Now in 643, what it says, Tattatam Buddhi Sanyogam. So Buddhi Sanyog will happen. So how this will happen? This is expanded in 644. So Purva Abhyas, everyone understands in Hindi? Purva Abhyas, pehle ka Abhyas. The Abhyas, which practice, which you have done in Purva Deha, Parvdehikam, Labde Parvdehikam, 643. So Purva Abhyas Taineva, that person, due to the previous Abhyas, Hiryate refers to getting attracted. He will get attracted again. How? Avasho means helplessly he will get attracted. You see many times a positive Sankirtan stories, you meet a person. I heard this story from Keshav Maharaj. He was doing book distribution in some town, and they planned to do book distribution another town. We're talking like 15 years ago. So somehow or other the driver did not know the route properly. So he drove to the next town thinking he is in the next town, but actually he was in a different town. And when they arrived there, they did not see many people. It was such a lonely town, like a dead town. These devotees, after getting down, they realized there's nothing here. This is not that town which we planned to go for. So they said, let's go to the next town. There only will do big distribution. But one devotee said, now we have come here. Let's try something. Someone will take. So in that dead town, Keshav Maharaj, and he's shown a little movie on that as well. He went to distribute book. He said, I'll just distribute to one or two people whomever I meet, and then let's go, because we don't want to get anything here. He met the first person there. He said, have you heard about Krishna? I said, yeah, I know Krishna. Have you heard Bhagavad Gita? I know Bhagavad Gita. Do you know chanting? Yeah, I know chanting. I chant 16 rounds. It's like, what? This is a dead town. It is not even in the GPS. We have come here. We met the first guy. And he knows Krishna. He knows Bhagavad Gita. He chants 16 rounds a day. and he was like a complete, like normal UK person, not Indian or anything. So Maharaj said, how did you do that? And he said he has gone somewhere and he's got a book, some small book, he said. Anyway, I got that book, and after reading the book, and he only got the book like 1 week or 2 weeks before, I can't remember. And he made his own beats. He made the own thread, he made the beats, and he's saying, I was looking to go to a temple, but I don't know any temple here. So then Keshav Maharaj said, thank you very much. So he gave the temple address, and this man would have gone to some temple. And Maharaj, with his permission, took a video of that person as well. And he said, 1 week before, I did not know Krishna, but in 1 week, I got this book. It changed my life. I left smoking. I left drinking alcohol. I become fully vegetarian. I chant 16 rounds in 1 week. Huh? So some connection was there, huh? Just by reading one book. How many books we have read? How many times we have read Bhagavad Gita? We have hardly any attraction for Krishna. So this is called avashopisaha. That person helplessly will get attracted. Sometimes Aishra will give a book to some person. He's like, yes, how can I join the temple? So enthusiastic. Another person will say, sochenge. I am Indian. I already know Bhagavad Gita. So many excuses they give. Another person will see so much enthusiasm, so much. And they're just ready. Within 6 months, they are ready to join temple. So this is called Purva Abhyasen. We get the story of Gajendra when he was in trouble. When he was as Gajendra, he was living a life of an elephant. He was not remembering anything. But when he was in trouble, then he remembered. Not only remembered his Purva Abhyas, he remembered even the prayers which he has learned. So for Bhakti Shastris, if you feel shloka is difficult, shloka is very helpful. In next life, it might save you. When you are in difficulty, you may remember some shlokas. Only 12 shlokas, come on. It should not be any difficulty. You should remember all the shlokas. Anyway, so Pura Abhyasa is very, very important. Abhyas in spiritual circumstances will never go in vain. Even one name of Lord Ram or Krishna or Hari or Radharani will not go in vain. It will save you. So Pura Besantene, Hirete, attracted, Avasho. Helplessly they will get attracted. They will just find a temple, they will find a book, they will find the means to go to temple. Jigyasurapi Yogasya. He will have jigyasa. He will have so much inquisitiveness. Please, Ayush Prabhu, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Ghanshyam Prabhu was telling one day, I met a person, he was saying that. And he was very new. For 4 hours, they were discussing about Krishna consciousness. First time, he had so many questions. And Ghanshyam Prabhu was saying, I was just talking to him, talking. It was such a nice question he had. 4 hours they were talking. Subh se Sham ho gaya. And they're still talking about Krishna. So this is called jigyasa. Avashopisa. Helplessly they will have jigyasas. And then what will be the result? Shabd Brahma Ativartate. Ativartate means go beyond. Shabd Brahma here refers to normal Vedic materialistic culture. So Vedas, if you remember in second chapter, we had a verse, Trigurnya Vishaya Veda, Nistrigurnya Bhavarjun. So Vedas do talk about Krishna, but not all the time. They also talk about 3 modes of material nature. So Krishna is telling Arjun, Trigurnya Vishaya Veda, Nistrigurnyo. You have to go beyond the 3 modes, which is told in Vedas itself. So Shabd Brahma refers to Vedas, no doubt in that. But Ati Vartate refers to it will go beyond what is told in Vedas normally, which is going to heavenly planets and enjoying in the Indra's kingdom and all that. So this person will basically be attracted towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not just towards Vedas. Veda, Karma Kanda and all those. Ati Vartate, he will transcend the norms. He will become Traigurnya Vishya Veda, Nistraigurnyo. He will go beyond the 3 modes of material nature. And he will be automatically attracted. He will have a lot of jigyasa for the transcendental questions. With your permission, okay, Ayush Prabhu, you have a question.
No, bro, I just wanted to share something, but
Please.
I just realized it's okay. We were once on book distribution and we were near the Gopinath's restaurant, and we found like this one very favorable Western, like local Australian person. He ended up buying like a stack, like 5 books. Not only that, was so happy to get the books. He said, we told him, by the way, there's a restaurant also, you should please come and visit. He was so happy, he treated us in Gopinathas. We were like smiling at Kamsari Prabhu when he was paying for our samosas and kachori. He came out, he sat, he took prasad with us. While we were talking to him, he said, please come to the temple, this is the address. And that time, it was like the last day of Kartik. So while we finished prasad, sorry, it was like the second last day. Next day in the evening, he came when we do the lamp offering, and on the last day of Kartik, he offered a lamp. It was like the perfect
Hare
devotee.
Krishna.
Yeah.
So now, how often you find these sort of people, Prabhuji? Not so often. Sometimes you may have to struggle, Prabhu, I'm not a book distributor. So many people will say no, 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 no. And then you find one person who's so very favorable. All the no's goes aside. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you. You get enthusiastic. But not easy to find. But he would have some connection, some agyat sukriti. Nice. Can I take 10 minutes of all of your time and then finish these 2-3 verses and then finish the chapter, and from next week onwards we'll do the revision. Is that okay with most of you? Probably 10 minutes. Let's move. 6:45. Who's next? Oh, everything has changed. Nandini Mata, you want to go? You have done it already? Sorry.
Yes, I did. The
Okay.
first
Okay,
verse.
sorry. Harish Prabhu, you want to go?
Sure, Prabhu. Pra, praya, sorry, prayatna,
Prayatna?
yeah, sorry. Yes, sir. Prayatnada yatatmanastu yogi sammuda kilbishai
Samshuddha.
aneka jan
Samshuddha. Shuddha.
samshuddha, sorry. Yogi samshuddha kilbishai aneka janma samshiddhas tato yati paramgatim.
And when the yogi engaged himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contamination, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal.
Thank you, Prabhu. So just look at 644. So what he is saying here, he automatically becomes attracted to yogic principles even without, and then he makes further advancement. Now, this is the verse talking about the further advancement. Pratna. Pratna word is Hindi ka word. Pratna, yatan, endeavor, trials. Pratna, atmanastu. So atmanastu, yat atmana refers to endeavoring. To refers to some time but Prabhupada here is saying and. So he does prayatna, he does yatna, he does endeavor in the spiritual side. Yogi Samshuddha, and with that endeavor, what happened? Samshuddha, not Shuddha. Shuddha in Samshuddha refers to Shuddha refers to pure, Samshuddha refers to completely pure. Completely pure of what? Kilbisha. Kilbisha refers to, Kilbisha word is also used many times in Bhagavad Gita. Kilbisha refers to sin. So all the contamination, all the Kilbisha is gone with his sincere endeavor. So when this yogi performs a sincere endeavor, all the kilbisha is gone. He's become completely pure. Anek janma sansiddhas, and it may take anek janma, not one janma only. To achieve the samsiddha, not one janma, it may take many, many janmas. So Krishna is also saying that tato yati, and eventually he will achieve param gatim. He will achieve the perfection and he will go back to Godhead. He attains the supreme goal. 46. Now 46 and 47, they are the conclusion of the 6th chapter. Very important verses. Who wants to do this? Krishna Vallabha Mata, would you like to do?
Prabhu, I'm in the temple, Prabhu.
No
Sorry.
problem.
Too
All
much
good.
no arts is going on, Prabhu.
That's okay, Mata. That's okay. Supriya Mataji, have you done it? It's an easy
Hare
verse.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
तपस्वी भयो अधिको योगी ज्ञानीभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन. The yogi is greater than the what is the
Ascetic.
Prabhu?
Ascetic.
Ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi.
Thank you, Mataji. So tapasvi माने जो तपस्या करता है, one who is doing lot of austerity. Adhiko yogi. So yogi, just hang on with the word yogi, I'll expand on that. So yogi is adhika, greater, higher than a tapasvi. So if one is doing just a tapasya, Krishna is saying yogi is higher than that. Second, jnani bhyopi matodhikaha. Even he is adhik, he is higher than a jnani. So yogi is higher than tapasvi, higher than jnani. Karmi abhyascha adhiko yogi. Yogi is even higher than a karmi. Tasma, therefore, yogi bhavarjuna. Bhav means be, yogi. So, hey Arjun, become a yogi. Okay, is it clear? So, yogi is higher than tapasvi. Tapasvi is ascetic, doing a lot of tapasya. Yogi is higher than empiricist, which is a jnani. And yogi is higher than a fruitive worker, which is a karmi. Why? Now, if you look at tapasvi, tapasvi is doing lot of austerity. If you're doing lot of austerity, but the result of the austerity is not Krishna prema, is it a good tapasya? Mukund Mala Stotra, Maharaj Kulshekhar tells it, Medhas Cheda Falani. If you do fasting which does not lead you to Krishna prema or coming closer to Krishna, Medhas Cheda. Cheda means to destroy. Medha refers to fat, fat in the body. Falani. What is the phala of that fasting? It just destroys the fat of your body. Basically, you become slim for that fasting. And many devotees do Damodar fasting. वैसे बहुत मोटे हो गए Damodar fasting का purpose ये नहीं है. This is not the purpose of Damodar fasting, Purushottam mass fasting, that you become slim. 5 kilo weight lose किया Damodar में. Nice. That's not the purpose. The fasting should bring you closer to Krishna. So that tapasya which does not lead you towards Krishna brings you closer. That tapasya itself is not good. So become a yogi. Again, just hold on with the word yogi. Jnana. Jnana will lead you to what? Aham Brahmasmi. Is that good enough, Yash Prabhu? Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. Okay, knowing that is good, but that's not supremely good. What else? You have to serve Krishna. You have to understand Krishna. So we have to understand the Parabrahma. So jnana will also need. Again, these things individually, they are not good. In connection with Krishna, they are good. Huh? You're also achieving jnana, all of you. But this jnana is bhakti anukul jnana. So what we are talking, independent jnana, independent tapasya and karmi. You're doing a lot of nice prescribed duties. You're following your prescribed duties perfectly. But that following your prescribed duty does not lead you to Krishna prema. Shama eva hi kevalam. Bhagavad says, Shama. All you have done is Shama. So it's saying tasmad, become a yogi. What sort of yogi? Let's go to the last verse of this chapter. This is a very, very important verse, very famous verse. Who wants to read this last verse? Top of the top. Salan Prabhu? Yeah, Garima Mata, go for it.
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनन्तरात्मनां श्रद्धावान् भजन्ते यो मां सामे युक्ता तमो मता. And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion.
Thank you, Mataji. So if you look at 646, so what is the recommendation of Krishna here for Arjuna? Become a yogi. Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Become a yogi, be a yogi. What sort of yogi? So it does not just give a blind endorsement to Ashtanga yoga. It's not saying become Ashtanga yogi. He's saying be a yogi. Now he says, 647, what kind of yogi? Huh? Someone can say, bring me a ghee. But then you have to ask him, what sort of ghee? There are hundreds of different types of ghee. Huh? So what sort of yogi you want me to become Krishna? So Krishna says very, very clearly, yogi nam api sarvesham. Sarvesham have to come before yogi. All the yogis, which yogi I like? Mad gaten. Gati refers to destination. Who makes me as his gati? Gati, destination. Me as his destination. Antaratmanas, inside. It's not outside. So bhakti is not a process of changing our dress, isn't it? We can change dhoti, kurta, gopi dress and saris and all that. Does that make us a devotee? Does it alone make us a devotee? No, that's just a dress change. Anyone can buy that dress and wear it. So it is a game of inside. Inside should change more than outside. Outside is also important, but more important is inside. So Madgaten, one who considers me as his goal of life in his heart, that person, Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. Shraddhavan means, with Shraddha, bhajan means doing, rendering service. So Prabhupada translated bhajan as renders transcendental loving service. So one who with Shraddha, with faith, renders devotional service, mam, mere prati, to me he renders devotional service, same yukta tamo mataha. So mata, again, my opinion. So Krishna is not saying this is the truth. He's saying, in my opinion, which yogi is the best? Who makes me as the goal of his life, who renders devotional service unto me with Shraddha, with love. He is Yukta Tama. Now, what does Yukta means? If you remember from the previous verses in 6th chapter, Yukta means well situated. Now, Tama refers to the superlative degree. So, there is a Yukta. Yukta means good, better, best, right? We have. So, Yukta, Vayam Dhanya Tama Loke. So, Dhanya, धन्यतर धन्यतमा उसी प्रकार से युक्त युक्ततर युक्ततमा. So yukta refers to well situated, yuktara refers to very well situated, yuktama refers to best situated. So as per Krishna, who is the best situated yogi? One who makes me as the goal of his life internally and renders loving devotional service unto me, which is a bhakti yogi. So we are not against yoga, we are not against the yogis, but as per Krishna, who is the best yogi? Who loves me, who renders devotional service unto me. How this happens? Now Krishna will expand this verse into 6 chapters, chapter 7 to 12, which is the chapter of Bhakti Yoga, which we will do after our module 1. Okay, I'll stop here. I'll not take questions, but please write your questions. Next week, we can take the questions as well as do 3 chapters revision.